Thanks very much, Michael. It's really my pleasure and honor to give this opening talk for 50 minutes in this second Hong Kong Brain Bee competition. I really appreciate the enthusiasms of the organizer, Hong Kong Brain Foundation, the council members, especially Dr. Michael Lee and Dr. Stephanie Ao Yung, for the enthusiasm to organize this competition, and also all the participants today, perhaps some with their parents and teachers. So when I was asked to deliver a talk to deliver this opening talk, I asked myself, what should I talk? I was given 50 minutes. Being a neuroscientist myself, I thought that it might be interesting to some of you to know what exactly a neuroscientist does. Okay, after all, a brain bee competition is about neuroscience. So perhaps some of you finally one day will become a neuroscientist contributing to our understanding of the brain. So don't worry, I'm not going to give you my CV. What I'm talking about is about what a neuroscientist actually does, using myself as an example. So I'll try to ask a series of questions and then I'll address them in one by one. So first question, obviously, what exactly is a neuroscientist? Well, by definition, of course, a neuroscientist conducts research on understanding the functions and malfunctions of the nervous system, in particular the brain. Now, some of you may thought that a neuroscientist is actually a medical doctor, but in most cases, actually, a neuroscientist is not a medical doctor, although we have, in many cases, brilliant neuroscientists who are medically trained. But neuroscientists do study brain diseases, sometimes in human. But in most cases, we actually relies on animal models of diseases, which can generate very useful information about brain diseases. Now, the next question is, logical question is, why should we be interested in studying the brain? Now, the answer to this question really depends on different people or different persons. To me, there are at least two very important reasons why we should be interested in studying the brain. First of all, you probably know that the brain is basically the most important organ of your body because it controls every aspect of ourselves. Like the brain controls your heartbeat, control your breathing, control your sleep, control your appetite, control generations of emotions, and also controls how you memorize things. Later, Dr. Lai of Hong Kong University will give lectures on memory. So because of the complexity of the brain, there are actually more than 1,000 different disorders of the brain and the nervous system affecting over billions of people worldwide. Now, the second reason that, to me, is actually more compelling reasons for why we should be interested in the brain is that the brain is actually the most complex structure that we know of, well, maybe of the whole universe. I don't know whether you know that in your brain we have about 86 billions of neurons, nerve cells. And the important thing is that these nerve cells talk to each other through some contact points that we call synapses. And you can see here in this picture here, those yellow dots are the contact points between neurons. And the total number of these contact points or synapses actually is way more than the total number of stars in our Milky Way galaxy. Think about that. It is this sheer complexity of the brain that makes studying the brain really very challenging and also fascinating. Now, if we talk about how challenging brain research is, I can tell you that nowadays, neuroscience research is actually an interdisciplinary research field or multidisciplinary because knowledge and experts obtained from different fields, very diverse fields like biology, biophysics, engineering, genetics, even computing, mathematics, are drawn together to solve the most difficult neuroscience questions that we can think of. And also, neuroscience is actually a very exciting field in the sense that there are many new technologies which have to be invented or pioneered before we can address the questions. So nowadays, we use very sophisticated advanced technologies or techniques like live brain imaging, optogenetics, which probably will be a Nobel Prize winning technology, super resolution or other high power microscopy, and also supercomputing, etc. So many new exciting technologies will be generated as a result of studying the brain.